Hello, friends. That is Greg Shorthand. I don't know it very well, and I've had to rely on people who also don't know it really well, but are able to read it. But yeah, I guess minor announcement. Thank you to Onion for figuring out the Greg's shorthand on the group photo. That's really exciting, and it gives me a lot to work from here. Unfortunately, there's a lot more to put together with that, but I'll keep you posted on my archives and what needs to be solved. And good job, Michael Muffin. As someone trying to learn Greg's shorthand, it is really, really hard to read if even knowing the shapes of things. I've been working on the Greg Shorthand Simplified Handbook, and they have like reading exercise at the end of every chapter, and it takes so much time. It is so difficult. And there's no like key at the back because it's an old textbook. So I guess they didn't invent that yet. So I'm never sure if I'm totally correct, but it's a process. We'll learn Greg Shorthand together. Maybe I'll do an episode where we all learn Greg Shorthand. In the meantime, today we are doing a bit of a twist on an old episode. Instead of ranking geological formations as if they were candies, we are ranking candies as if they were geological formations. So here's what I have. Originally I was going to do this as a tier list, but I was like, that's not enough dimensions. What would we... It's not a matter of whether something is better than something else. Oh god, every fucking time. I ran out of tissues, y'all. Okay, Dr. the Sneezy is back. But, so, let me introduce our axes, and then we'll do the name tag, and we'll get on with our, episode. Let me write down what you guys are saying, though, first. So, I saw Nerds Rope, Foamy Bananas, I've never heard of. Jelly Babies, I think those are the three so far. Okay. Hold on to those for now. I will be taking more of them later. Okay, here are our axes. I want it to be... What's the best way to phrase this? Like, down here is gonna be boring. And up here is going to be exciting. And that is just gonna be a purely judgment call. I think it'll make more sense once we get into it, but how cool the formations, the candies as formations would be. Just like on one end, that's just already a rock and no one cares. Or like it's a, I don't know, basic piece of chocolate. And then up top is exciting, which would be more like a gemstone, an interesting shape, something like that. Our other axis is going to be impact on the world of geology. So, on the study of geology. So, high impact, or what do I want? Revolutionizes geology. Revolutionary to the field, and then the other side, the other end will be who cares? Totally normal. So I kind of want to change exciting and boring to be like I don't want these axes to be the same thing. I think you can have a very cool looking like, okay, for instance, let's go with a ring pop. A ring pop looks like a gemstone. It's not a huge change to known geology. An axis of how realistic, maybe. Yeah, but or yeah, realistic. So a ring pop would be a gemstone. It already exists. Like, you wouldn't find an uncut or a cut gem in a wall or something, but a ring pop in its uncut form would be something that we already find in geology. So it would be totally normal. Who cares? But it is very, I don't think realistic is the, I'm going back with exciting. Beautiful, pretty, valuable, maybe? Aesthetically cool. So actually, the ring pop, it would be, let's just get an image of a ring. Let's make that our first addition. Let me get an image of a ring pop real quick. Okay, back to here. So this is a ring pop. It's aesthetically cool. However, it's not revolutionary to the field of geology. It's like, it's kind of weird because if we're finding that in a wall on its own, that's like, how did that happen? But we're gonna assume, like other gemstones, this has been modified in some way, I think, just for fairness. So this is totally normal, but aesthetically cool. I am open to changing these labels, but we'll go with that for now. I have to do my name tag for the episode, and then you guys can, I don't know, think on that. Give me something better to work with. Also, let me shrink these labels. Is that legible? Yeah. My nose is running and I don't have any tissues and it sucks. I look naked without my name tags. Okay, hold on. I can turn them on. They're back. Let's Do the name tag for the episode. I've missed a couple, I think. So, okay, how do we want to do this? Name tag. And then that should be red. And then we do this, correct? But this one is white. Yes. Cool. Text up here. This says, hello, my name is bold. Font size 24. Color white. Nope, not that way. Like this, yes. Getting fancy now. Forgive me. Custom spacing. Ooh, getting so fancy. Someone's calling me. Let me make sure. Potential spam. That's a nice name. Okay, hello. My name is... there, okay. How are we doing? I have an idea. Getting fancy this time. We've already done one of these, what do you call it? Slide show name tags before, so I'm trying to up my game a little bit. My name is, yes, like this? Or do we want like this? No, like this. And this becomes this. This becomes this. Cool. And then what's my name today? My name today is do I have a good handwriting font? Ooh, this one. Okay. What's the software I'm using? I'm using Google Slides. Basic as shit. Doctor the scientist. I'm the amateur geologist again. We've already used that. Should it be something else? What's better than amateur geologist? The speculative geologist. I feel like is that a thing? It must be, right? But it's a very funny concept to me. And let's put a date on here this time. What's the date? Set that to white. And Roboto. Put it in the corner. Cool. Some of the UX is upsetting. Google stuff is like that. Download. Ping. Wait, that means I have to set the background to transparent, which is silly. Let's upscale all of this. I'm sorry that I'm upsetting you with the UX. It's easy to just kind of fuck around. Hello, Cable 2. Hello, Arby. can we do this, please? And then we have a new system for the name tags. So let me find, it should be here. Where is it? Oh, there it is. So if we move this to here, it should show up eventually. I don't have that many name tags. I feel like I would have more by now. Doctor's not Frankenstein's monster doctor, redacted scientist. Should be next. Nope. We're getting there. We're getting there. I'm so sorry. I want this to work. Okay, this should have it now. If not, it'll be there next time. On we go. You guys keep an eye on that. Okay. So, what candies do we have so far? Nerd's Rope. Let's get some Nerd's Rope in here. Here's a picture of, here's the picture we want. Copy image. Go back to the other thing. Here it is. Shrink it down. So Nerd's, I'll actually keep it large because we want to talk about it. So aesthetically, very cool. It's very colorful. It is just kind of pebbles though, but it's on a bendy core, which I feel like is not geologically common. So when I think of like revolutionary to the field of geology, I'm picturing like where's my faces? Where are my faces? Where hello? Do I have a I had a face. Where'd my faces go? Okay, I guess. Oh, I didn't. Those faces were only on my Halloween costume. Wow, this is it's good to be back, y'all. When I think of revolutionary to the field of geology, I'm thinking like, I'm picturing some miners are in a cave. Either someone's spelunking and they're in a cave and they just like happen across a naturally occurring formation like this, or it is you're in a mine shaft and you dig this out of a wall and you find like a vein of whatever we're looking at, and it just like comes out of a wall. It just comes out of other rocks that way. That's what I'm picturing. Just happening upon it. Some of them, like ring pop, might be altered in some way. I would say Nerd's Rope, though, is probably comes out of a wall like this. It would be interesting if it were a speleological formation, like you find it in caves. Can you imagine just like walking into a cave? There's water around you, there's dripping, there's stalactites, stalagmites. And also, there are these root-like branches of Nerd's Rope that sway in the wind. Imagine you've been getting in a pile of mashed potato, then you pull a strand out of the mash. That's what this does in a mine shaft. That's such a terrible image. It's The spaghetti of rocks. Okay, I think we can agree this would be revolutionary to the field of geology. Though, I wish we had a geologist in chat, because, like, I want to know if there's anything already existing, like Nerds Rope. And aesthetically cool. It could be cooler, I think. But it is very colorful. We'll put it there. I like that. Hi, Arby Party. What was next? I can't read my own notes. Reading notes. Foamy bananas. I've never heard of that. That's the fun thing about this show is we do a lot of candy episodes, huh? That's not intentional. That's just a thing that happens. This one at least is a callback to a prior episode. Foamy banana? Oh, it's like circus peanuts. Okay. It probably tastes better. Huh. Okay. 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 These are foamy bananas, I believe. Nerds Rope were sold in the UK as Crunchy Snake a long time ago, but they didn't really take off. Nobody believed me they existed, and I searched for years before finding Nerds Rope. That's wild. Crunchy Snake. Foamy bananas. Huh. Okay. Huh. I'm trying to position myself as the miner who stumbled across these. They look more like insects, or like slugs. They feel closer to an animal than a rock. Absolute best. They look, as a food, I'm very enticed. As a rock, for some reason, I'm like, that feels like squishy rock sounds like such a bad concept to me. Oh boy. I feel like this would be... So it's at least a little revolutionary, right? Like, there aren't foam rocks like that. But I feel like it would be a nuisance. I feel like you'd come across and be like, oh, fucking god damn it. And then you have to dig through all this foam for who knows how long. Sort of squish like a hard earplug. I can picture that. I do know the texture. Similar to Nerf. Yeah, that sounds right. I'm gonna say aesthetically boring because as a gem or something, I don't think anyone's paying high prices for this. But revolutionary to the field of geology, at least a little, right? At least a little. They're not springy, the outside can crack. We're gonna put it here. It's a little revolutionary, but not like super. It could be very ugly. I think you think they're just a fungus. Okay, that I'm on the same page with that. And what's the last one that we had? Jelly babies. And then I'll start taking more from chat. Jelly babies. I only know those from Doctor Who. The other doctor. I've never had a jelly baby. They look like Flintstones gummies. They look like the gummies I had as a kid. But as candy. They're squishy, right? They're gummy. They're jelly. So again, a little bit revolutionary. Much more aesthetically interesting than, those are not traditional jelly babies. I can... Are they these? The more images I find of this, the less. Are we looking at this kind of thing? Like with the powdered sugar on it? Sorry, my windows are all fucked up. Like this? Does that seem right? Yeah, okay. We'll go with those. Okay, actually, I'm changing my mind about aesthetically boring and revolutionary to field geology. This might be top right. These are shaped like little human beings. Can, like, imagine opening up a vein of this somewhere and just little humans fall out and they're naturally formed, like they weren't carved or anything. Like, this is just, it's like those crabs with like samurai masks on their backs, or like mandrake root. That's messed up. That's weird. But you don't get that with rocks, because rocks don't evolve. So definitely revolutionary, very revolutionary, aesthetically cool. It could be more up there. They don't have a lot going for them aesthetically. But, you know, people would pay money for them for sure. They're kind of gemstones-ish. We had to put this one way out here, I think. We'll put them there. Enigma Vomigar only you come out the other end as a jelly baby. That sounds horrible. Gnome seeds. We're putting them out here. I think this is their place. I feel like they're like just boring enough aesthetically that there would be that much more concerning to find, because they're not like ornamented. They're just shaped like people with like, you know, a hard, not hard. They look naturally formed enough that they could be naturally formed, but they are shaped like people. And rocks don't do that, as we've said. Okay, moving on. I'm gonna need new suggestions. We ran out of ones from the list. I write them on my notepad, but not the one on screen because it's a little hard to access. Actually, I'm dumb. I can just start grabbing ones as you say them. Fruity Gushers. Okay. Oh, that's a... I'm thinking about this, and I'm already not happy with the idea of, like, finding gushers. So these are gushers. They have a liquid inside, a little goo inside that when you bite into them covers your tongue. It's not uncommon for rocks to form with liquids inside of them. These are also already shaped like certain gems. I mean, they're already shaped like cut gems for sure. I don't know how many rocks form shaped like that, but they do have a geometry to them that could be possible. Aesthetically, some of them look cool, some of them are green. Someone swings pickaxe into gusher and then gets gushed. Imagine a giant gusher in a cave wall. Like, you mostly find small ones and they're not much of a hazard, but then, like, there's one that's been forming for millions of years and it floods the mine shaft or something. That would be interesting, huh? I'm gonna say not especially revolutionary, but not revolutionary. Like, that would change things a little bit. Aesthetically, they're fine. They're about on par with, like, what we consider normal. So we'll put them, they're like right in here. They might be right at the center. We'll put them, we'll put them there. They're fine. Parma violets, is that a candy? Parmesan violets? Oh. So they're Smarties. But they're purple. Do they come? Do you find them in the... I have questions. Okay, hold on. Let me add this to the... No, British Candy Time is great. I love learning about, candies across the world. One of my favorite things to do when I travel is just get a bunch of snacks that I can't get from home. And, I don't like trying new foods all that much, but if it's snacks and candies, I have a great time. But yeah, these are definitely a lot like Smarties or Rockets. Aesthetically boring, however, it would be... So you know how in Wreck-It Ralph, they have Mentos growing from the ceiling of the Coke volcano? I'm picturing you find these in little stacks. And they like all tumble out when you find these are more of a speleological find. You find these in caves, like pretty much exactly all in a perfect stack, and you can like pull one off. They taste like grandma perfume. They don't sound good. I think their perfect formation would be slightly revolutionary, like just so slightly revolutionary, but they're going down here. They're whatever. They're going down here. They're worse than the foam. But they are at least somewhat revolutionary. Marmite candy? What? Floral gums. I've never had Marmite, but Marmite... What I know of Marmite does not fit with this at all. He's making an analogy that won't make sense. Okay, thank you. Yogos. Remember Yogos? Yeah. You guys. Yogos. These used to be like the currency when I was in middle school. Or elementary school, really. Like, if you had Yogos and you could trade them for something, you could get whatever you wanted. Unfortunately, usually what you wanted was Yogos, so you wouldn't trade them. Is there a good image of Yogos? Not really. Also, there's a dog treat called Yogos, which is not what these are. I need a I need a photo of Yogos. Hello? Yogos candy. Also, I lived in like a super liberal yoga mom neighborhood. So these were like one candy that managed to market themselves well enough that parents who were against candy would get these. They're not. Okay, we're gonna use something to stand in for yogas. Because I can only find images of the box, and that's not, like, very helpful. This is good. Okay. Here we go. Yogos. Yogos are little, sweet little yogurt bits. They're... I don't know how to describe them. My vocabulary is failing me. They don't taste like yogurt. They're mostly sweet, but they are made with like dairy, and fruit. They're like a really nice texture. They're quite chewy. They're not they have a what else is the texture of yogos? I can't even think of one. They've got like a hard outer shell, but they're very, very not chewy like taffy is chewy, but like soft and durable. They don't taste like Skittles at all, and they're much softer, if that helps. Revolutionary the field of geology, not at all. Not at all. Aesthetically cool. Not really. I mean, they have color, so that puts them on the line at least, right? A little bit waxy in a good way. Yeah, I'd agree with that. I can't think of anything that has the same texture as yoga. I really can't. I'm coming up with like raisins, but not. But they're hard at first. I don't know. They're surprisingly good. Not as sweet as most other candies. Much more of a fruit lean. Not very sour either. Just kind of pleasant. Creamy, I would say. I saw people were interested in liquid icebreakers. I saw a few people vote for that, so we'll take those. Are there any images of them not in the package? No. I kind of remember these, though. These are like gushers for adults, if I remember correctly. But, so they're very, very cool looking. Very pretty. Got the liquid in them. I don't think they're super revolutionary. But they're kind of cool. They've got liquid in them, which is cool. But again, that's a thing that happens sometimes already with rocks. This would just be interesting because you would get a large quantity of small little pebbles of all of them. Though it seems like these might be cut after they are mined. Flying saucers I would like to do. Also, like, we want to kind of, I think it would be nice to fill all areas of this spectrum out. Hold on, I have to sneeze. I'm back. Oh my god, what about streaming makes me harder popping boba? Yeah, yeah. Very minty, breath mint. That's for sure. But I would love to fill out this whole spectrum, so feel free to mention candies that are just like already rocks or crazy. Flying saucer. Candy. Flying saucer candy. Oh, I didn't know these had other candies in them. What? So, just consensus from chat. Are we talking about the powdered ones or like the little nerds like stuff inside of them? What kind of mint are the liquid ice? They have a variety. There's like peppermint and fresh mint and cinnamon probably. We'll get the ones with the powder, I think. These look like eggs. If we're thinking like natural formations, these remind me of like shark eggs or skate eggs. They would have to form away from water, because if I remember correctly, they dissolve. And then they have little packets of other minerals in them. This is one where I feel like if I were a geologist, I might say, oh, that's nothing cool, like, that happens all the time. But as someone who doesn't know rocks, like, it could really go either way. Like, I feel like this probably actually happens somewhere in some way. Obviously not shaped like this, not as perfectly formed like this, but it feels like a thing that might happen. Are they aesthetically cool? The color earns them some points. However, a lot of things in nature are colorful, I guess. Like, otherwise they don't have a lot happening. So, they might go with gushers, I think. Maybe less than gushers because they have other mineral packets inside of them, and they're not as cool looking. We'll put them here. They're fine. I can't keep up with chat, so I'm just gonna... You guys just have to get lucky about when I look back at chat. Oh, there is one that I wanted to do personally, though, that I thought of while coming up with the stream. A Klondike bar. No, not a Klondike bar. A Toblerone. What am I talking about? We want a Toblerone. Here's a Toblerone. Toblerone. So, Toblerones have this iconic shape. Which I feel like is geologically possible. Like, that's maybe not this exact shape, but that's pretty feasible. That it would have a shape. You know, rocks come in geometric formations a lot of the time. Would it be revolutionary in the field of geology? No. Well, I think if it already existed, there wouldn't be a lot of hype about it. But if we found one day that there were minerals that existed that formed exactly in the shape of Toblerones, I think that would be pretty exciting. Aesthetically, I think the geologists would be really excited about it. I'm not sure if other people would be as interested. But if it forms like that naturally, that's very cool. So I'm gonna put it over here. We're gonna put it over here. Remember those minerals that formed as exact crosses? Yeah, that would be pretty much... It is very cool. It's not revolutionary. We'll put it here because I think the geologists would be excited about it. But not really anyone else. But this is definitely more exciting. Okay. Moving things around a bit. I'm sorry, this stream makes everyone very hungry. I'll try to do more streams about like vomit and stuff. Like that? Sure. This is not an exact science today. What's another candy? What's a really boring one? What's one that like no one would be excited about? I feel like, some kind of chocolate would just be like, this is nothing. This chocolate M&Ms. But those at least have color. Chocolate covered peanuts, yeah. That's probably the one. Yeah, this is nothing. This is just how rocks... These are just tumbled rocks. This is just how rocks are. This is nothing. Who gives a shit? Okay, we've got one corner there. I saw more. What were we saying? What was I thinking of? I want to do candy corn. Get that in there. If candy corn came to you as a gemstone, as a formed thing, how would you feel about that? I don't think it would be revolutionary. The color's pretty exciting, but the shape is not revolutionary to geology. However, looks pretty cool, right? Maybe not as great as... Yeah, we'll put that here. Pretty cool. Pretty neato. What else we got? Hokey pokey. What is hokey pokey candy? Oh. Yeah, that's nothing. I mean, geologically, that's... Huh. They look good. Yeah, that's just... That's even less. That's here. That's aesthetically pretty cool for the geologists. The geologists would be into that, I think. But not at all revolutionary. Put that there. That's the center of our quadrant. Payday bar. Payday bar. I don't actually know what a payday bar looks like. Oh. Yeah, that, Copy image. Go to... So this is a payday bar. It's hideous. Aesthetically awful. Aesthetically actively bad. Aesthetically. Not at all revolutionary to the field of geology. We are... This is even worse than the chocolate covered. Not worse. It's not a good or bad, but less revolutionary for sure. Arrow bars? Nope, has not come up yet. Is that a bicycle now? That's pretty interesting, actually. Where does an arrow bar go? Here's a good image. Copy image. Go to the thing. Okay. I think that'd be pretty cool to find. But like not super cool. It's about as close as you can get here. How's that? A licorice rock? A licorice rock. Licorice rock. What does that mean? Oh! Ooh! Okay. Yeah. Huh. Which image do I want to use? We'll use Adobe Stock. Thank you, Adobe Stock, for your service. Fuck Adobe. So these are what we're looking at. That would be aesthetically very cool. I mean, maybe not super interesting, but they're pretty. They could be used in jewelry. Revolutionary. Are they? Would that be interesting to find? Okay, so here's what we're picturing. Oh, that's not what you're thinking of? Okay, well, maybe I'll do both of them. But here's what I'm picturing. You are in a cave, spelunking as one does. You have your, little geologist tools on you. So you have a flathead screwdriver that you use to clunk things open. You find a growth. It looks much like coral, but above ground. And it's a series of black rods at a variety of angles growing from the ground, like some kind of solid fern. And the ends are pinched off. You take your screwdriver and you into some of the coral formation and discover one of several colors inside these black tubes, which indicate different mineral deposits, and you're very excited because you're a geologist and you are so interested in mineral deposits. And it's like, it's so close to, the color, it's such an easy indicator of like millions of years ago what the air quality was like, and you're like, this is an amazing find, and it's been preserved here in this cave in this coral formation for hundreds of thousands of years. So that's what this is. I think that would be pretty cool. I don't know if that's a thing that already exists, but I'm getting excited about the concept of it. And it's at least a little aesthetically cool. So we'll put that here. How's that? Please clip the licorice rock lore. Were you thinking of rock sticks? Licorice rock sticks? Like this? Terry's chocolate orange. Okay, that's up next. That is nothing. That's nothing. We found a new nothing. I don't know if that's revolutionary. I'm sorry. I think that already looks a lot like other formations like coral or pumice. I think it's fine. I'm sorry that you were... It's not a judgment on the candy. This is not what the candies were made for. We are judging them on the wrong merits. Yeah, filling in the corner, I like the attempt. So chocolate orange. Chocolate orange. We'll use this image. Apparently I sing while I'm just like feeling air. Okay. What do we got? That would be so exciting to find. Okay, oranges are one thing. Okay, I'm looking at you to talk about this. Oranges are one thing. I think oranges are already such a weird freak of nature. Like, oranges are perfectly formed. I am not a creationist. I am not at all a creationist. I'm an atheist most of the time. It is very cool that oranges, whether it's due to genetically modifying them over 100,000 years, whatever. Oranges come, and other citrus fruits come in a little pouch and have perfectly formed lobes so that you may peel open the pouch, which is easy to carry because it's in a pouch and does not get damaged. You peel open the pouch, and inside the pouch are perfectly formed little juice pouches, smaller pouches formed around a ring within the pouch. All the seeds are at the center, so you can avoid them. And you just take one off and you eat it. That's already pretty wild. It's very cool. It's like humans, that's so convenient, and like only humans would care about that. Any other animal would just eat it, just put their face into it. I think it's messed up that plants can form in a way that is naturally convenient to us. That is wild. To have a symbiotic relationship with something that cannot actively form itself around us. And there's probably 100 reasons why that happened that way. We probably selected oranges for the bigger, juicier, easier to carry ones. And they, over time, became convenient to us. It's still wild. Like, they just grow that way. So now, we take that concept, take that excitement about oranges and other fruits, other citrus and stuff, and imagine it was a rock, which does not have genes, and still formed in a way that is geometrically perfect, falls apart. I guess in this universe it wouldn't be edible, so that would just be kind of a geometrically cool thing that would have happened. And rocks are very good at forming geometrically, so it actually might be much less exciting if it were a rock that formed that way. It would be one where you find it that way, maybe in its like tinfoil housing, casing, packaging. And you find it that way, and it's like, how did it possibly form on these exact axes? And then you look at the like molecular structure and you're like, it could only have formed this way. Like how sunflowers and other plants grow with like the exact Fibonacci sequence encoded into them, because that's just how math works like that. Anyway. What are we're ranking fruit. Oranges. So, aesthetically, very cool. It is, however, chocolate, so there's some points taken off for that. There's not much. It's brown. And it's not even like caramel colored. However, it does have some cool engravings. I think it might be interesting if people found it found a rock that falls apart naturally into perfect symmetry like this, but maybe specially engraved it, I don't think those could happen. But I'm breaking the rules now. Who knows what could happen naturally? I think that would be a cool alternate history in my mind, is if we find the oranges but they just fall apart into smooth sections, and like that's pretty cool. That's like, okay, geometry's happening, and then like they become valuable because of that, and like engraving them becomes an art. I like that version of history. You'd find like Russian dioramas of engraved chocolate rock oranges. Would it be revolutionary to the field of geology? We know rocks are good at forming geometrically, so maybe not. It would be cool if it formed exactly like this, into just like pieces that fall apart. Would it be aesthetically interesting? I think it would take some processing to be aesthetically interesting. I'm moving Toblerone down, and I'm putting chocolate orange like here. How do we feel about that? I've got off the rails. The wind is in my hair. I've let go of the handlebars. I have a lot of thoughts. Sometimes you have to wax poetic about oranges. What's the next candy? What are we doing? Curly Whirly. Okay. I like spoke so much about that, I've completely forgotten. What am I doing? I used up my word quota for like the next month. Curly Whirly. Whoa. Yeah, I think you found the bottom right corner. Yeah. So that would be so wild to find, but it like there's no I mean, it's hard to be aesthetically boring when you look like that. But we'll put them here. Okay. Wow. Ah, we are here discussing candies. Thank you for taking me back to the time and place. Sometimes I lose my bearings, and sometimes I never get them back. But we are rating candies. Okay. So what's next? Sour strips? Sour strips. Sour strips. Whoa. Oh, these things? Again, trying to picture finding these in a cave. Ooh, geologists would be so excited about this, huh? Because, like, they're different mineral formations packed into one flat series of bands. And you know geologists go wild for bands, right? Like, because it means something happened there. Like, there was pressure that forced all of those minerals together, or there's at least several different kinds of mineral deposits and different formations in one very tight space, or something with tectonic plates or something. But so Oh boy. Okay. Revolutionary to field geology? Probably. I would say probably. I mean, at least a little bit. And aesthetically cool, yes. It goes here. Um, that seems like one that's most valuable to science, but there would be like a huge trend of like rings carved out of it or something. That would be cool. I kind of want that. A rock version of sour strips. I'm just looking at candies now. Let me take a sip of my drink. Catherine wheels? Catherine wheel? Candy? Whoa. Am I supposed to know these? What are these? What are these? What is this? What is that? What would that do? These feel like maybe like a geode. Like these are the cross sections of a larger formation. Or they just come like this, and that's also pretty wild. Like rings on a tree. Oh, but with geology, it's always like tens of thousands of years, or more, even a larger scale. Wow. Okay. These look good. They do. I'm gonna have to put out a call for all the Europeans to send me their candy. Okay. Where do we want to put this? Aesthetically cool, yes. For sure. Revolutionary to the field of geology? Maybe? It depends on how they form, I think. If they form like other geodes do, that's not much of anything. Geodes already form. But if they form in some other way, like, okay, imagine with me, if you would. We're back in that cave. We're spelunking again. We have come across these suspended within another rock formation. The way they have formed, this is going to be a little hard to explain, I think. The way they have formed is they are somehow suspended at 2 points. So they kind of spin in a little loop. Like almost as if they're on an axle, a wheel on an axle, so they can rotate around 1 point. They are being dripped on by ancient waters, moisture. And over a few hundred years, every once in a while, as the mineral deposits grow around the top of the formation where the water is dripping, much like a stalagmite. A stalagmite might. As they get heavier on top because there's been more deposits on top. And because they are anchored to this sort of axle, they spin ever so gradually so that the heaviest part, which is eventually on top, spins to the bottom. And over hundreds of thousands of years, you get this spiral formation. And it's extremely rare because it's very unusual for rocks to position themselves in the perfect alignment where they're wedged in an axle, wheel position, and have moisture dripping onto them such that they can only spin on the wheel. as they get heavier. And with even rarer is within this formation, this wheel that has formed, is a specific mineral deposit, essentially a gemstone, inside this wheel that has formed. I might have to illustrate what I mean, but like, this would be impossible to form that way. I don't think that happens. I don't think that... it would be really exciting if that were a thing that happened in actual geometry. Not geometry, geology. Too many sciences start with geo. So, revolutionary to the field of geology, absolutely. Aesthetically cool, absolutely. Even more so because of the revolutionary field of... We're putting them up there. We're going wild. This might be the most sciencey Happy Lab accidents. Yeah. Huh. So that's made up. That's not a thing that happens. That's just a cool idea I had, I guess. I should do more. I should do episodes on things I actually know shit about. I don't know anything about geology. I studied computer science recently. And in a past life, I was a nuclear physicist. Okay. Candies? What if I told you something exactly like that happens in geology? I would believe you. It must be so rare, though. And if you can name it, I will take it, and I will change my grid. And I want to know that rock. I want to see it. I want some. Okay. Wow. In the meantime, I don't think that happens. I don't think that's a thing that happens. I hope this video gets lots of YouTube comments telling me exactly why I'm wrong. If only so the video has... That would mean the video has lots of views, up to over an hour into the video. Okay. What's next? I think nobody knows anything about geology, but that anything is possible, because every time I hear about geology is wild and improbable. That's true. Like, should we talk about the quartz caves in Mexico again? Have you seen this shit? I must have talked about this on another episode. Because apparently we only do geology and candy episodes. This... We're just gonna casually... total segue. Look at that. Do you see how giant those quartz formations are? Do you understand how impossible geology is? It's also like hundreds of degrees in there. It's so hot. And there's giant quartz pillars. And they just act like some people accidentally found it one day. We're going off the rails now because I'm getting too excited about geology. Look at that shit. What the fuck? Science. Is this an art show or a science show? We'll never know. It's both. Now I'm just talking. These aren't candies. I was scrolling through images like, okay, let me get a good image of the candy. They're not candy. That's a real thing. Those are real rocks. Real giant rocks. Everton mints. Okay. Thank you for keeping me on track. Whoa. I've never seen these. Do they come with the packaging when they form, or is that a later addition? Because aesthetically cool, not very revolutionary. We'll put that here. Something's happening to my... normally I'm pretty good at staying on track. Today, I'm really feeling like my brain wants to go in 100 different directions. And just give up on the episode. Also, this episode might only go for another half hour. I don't think this is a 3-hour episode, but that's okay. Give me more candies. What are more candies? Bleh. Dead air. Winter mix. Winter mix? Is that like those hard candies? That's a... don't... Okay. Google is fun sometimes. Small cake territory. That's allowed. That's allowed. Confections. Winter mix. Okay, so these are like grandma hard candies. I'm pretty sure in America, a lot of the time these are branded as like grandma mix hard candies. Okay. If this is what you're talking about. Okay. What are we thinking? Aesthetically very cool. These might be carved. These might be, cut versions. Revolutionary field geology? Probably not. Probably not especially. I think these are much like existing gemstones. We're running out of unique spaces. How's this? Aesthetically cool. You can go down there. Small cake territory. If you can name cakes, absolutely. Werther's original. We're thinking one of these. I see Madeleines. I will get to them in a minute. That's... That's fine. It's at least pretty. It's a nice color. I don't think it's particularly revolutionary. Like... Here? It's okay. And it's a rock, at least. Yeah, it's fine. It's here. Madeleines. I still have the energy of, like, rushing to describe all of the 50 States candies from last time. Also, I should say, we're gonna do more drawing episodes soon, but I got really mad at the art program recently because it quit and didn't, even though I have autosave set up, did not autosave the specific file I needed, so I'm angry at it right now, and we're not working with it. I'll figure out something else for next time. One time I wanted to read academic journals, so I signed up for an account under the name Jaffa Cake, and now I get notified every time a new paper mentions Jaffa Cake. Wow. That's wild. Okay. Revolutionary the field of geology? Not especially. These seem like they might come in a less interesting form and then get cut later. I think I'm going to put these here. Center of the quadrant. We're filling this out pretty well. I might do something else for like the next half hour or so, but let me add, because we're filling up our chart pretty well. Or I can start rambling about pseudo-scientific, vaguely religious beliefs I hold. Is this a Jaffa cake? Never actually had a Jaffa cake. I'm gonna open a P.O. box so you guys can send me candies. That's what's about to happen. Okay, this is a Jaffa cake? Can Jaffa cakes be homemade? What's a Jaffa cake? I have to sneeze again. Hold on. It's not happening. Okay, no sneeze. I'm looking for a good image of Jaffa cakes. I apologize. We'll use these. Jaffa cake, a biscuit. Hello. Do you want to... Why did it go all the way down here? Why did it go all the way down there? Here. I'm not feeling it. It's not... Oh, I was just reading a headline that said Jaffa cake? A biscuit? Which it is not. Small round cakey base with jelly and then chocolate on top. I guess the jelly inside would be pretty exciting. You know what? We'll put it here. There was a court case to decide it was cake. Wow. That's pretty good. Sorry. I guess since I kind of have to fill time, anyone want to hear about the court case that decided X-Men dolls were not representations of humans? I'll just put that out there. Pocky? Yes. Pocky. Where's a good image of Pocky? Pocky. Feels like a slight segue, but I'll entertain it. Basically, it's not really a long story, but basically, there was a company importing dolls of... Hold on, I can't place this and tell the story, so that's off to the side for now. There was a company that was importing dolls for Marvel, for X-Men specifically, and for some reason, a doll was defined as a toy representing a human, and a toy, more generally, was defined as something representing a non-human, or, you know, other action figures. And the two were taxed differently. And dolls, things representing humans, were taxed higher. So the company went to court to argue that what they were shipping were not dolls because the X-Men are not human. Therefore, their dolls, their toys do not represent humans. Within this argument, they used basic lore about characters, as well as features of the dolls, such as Wolverine has claws and humans don't have claws, therefore this is not a human. So, they won the case. They also did it for Spider-Man characters. And argued that they aren't human, so they don't have to pay as much in taxes. And it was just a good, little microcosm of when something is considered human, to what degree, and it's the X-Men, so that's the whole question anyway. Hello, Greg. Pocky time. Pocky, I feel like that could be a coral. I don't think that would be particularly revolutionary. It looks pretty cool, but not as cool as... I don't even remember what these were. How's that? How do we feel about that placement? That's fine, I think. Dolphins in India have legal beinghood. That sounds... correct. Chocolate limes? Is that like a chocolate orange? Have we done that? Chocolate lime. Whoa. What is this? Pure confectionery. Why does it say that on it? Pure confectionery. Stop it. Why is it making them all the way down here? Just decide to do that all of a sudden. Sure. I'm not super into the color, personally. Okay, where does this go? I think it goes, like, here, but it's, like, even less interesting than these. I don't even remember what these are called anymore. I've forgotten. My memory problems are compounded by telling 20 different stories about oranges and X-Men and not knowing any of these candy. It's hard-boiled lime flavor with a chocolate center. What does hard-boiled lime mean? Is that hard-boiled or hard-boiled lime? I have too much time to process this while I wait for you to respond. Which is the unfairness of... hard candies are called hard-boiled here. Lime flavor, hard-boiled. Oh, wow, oh. I'm learning a lot. Learning a lot about candy. Hard-boiled. The only thing called hard-boiled in the States is eggs and detectives. Pretty sure that's it. Having a bloody confection with my blokes. Indeed. Someday I'll do an accent on this stream, and it'll be judged viciously. From the shop. Or from the shops. Okay. Do we have anything to fill in this gap? It's kind of hard to think of something kind of revolutionary and kind of aesthetically interesting. List of the traits. Hard-boiled lime. Okay, I get it now. That doesn't... I don't like the color, but that's just me. Jeez. Greg, I'm not gonna read that out loud. I'm not gonna debase myself like that, but I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying your roleplay. Please aggravate all of the Europeans in chat, despite them being, like, the main audience for my show. What candy? I can think of candies. I know candies. If I went to the store, what's the weirdest candy I could get? Tibbly twisties. Tibbly twisties. Candies. What if you pulled a chocolate rabbit out of a mine shaft? Would that be fucked up or what? I think that's our missing spot. I think that fills this hole pretty well. Why is everything spawning? Why is everything coming up down there? Greg, please. Well, we still have a little over 10 minutes here on stream. And that's if we're not going the full 3 hours, which we're not. I think this is a pretty full chart. I'm pretty happy with this. I do have to kill another 10 minutes though. I want to at least get to 2 hours. Licorice pipe, okay. Licorice pipe. The stream's only been going for over an hour and a half. Whoa. Whoa. Sorry, I'm blown away by... We have kind of a category going on, which is, like, it doesn't look that interesting, but what the fuck, how would this form naturally? This might be another, like, coral formation. I feel like that would go, like, around here. Maybe. Maybe here. What do we think? About there? Candy cigs, we could do that. You guys can just rattle off candies if you want. Let's do a speed round, why not? Let's do a speed round. Candy cigs. The bubblegum kind or the chewable kind? The like... We'll do these. Science doesn't really lend itself to speed rounds, or the other way around. Speed rounds don't lend themselves to science, but that's fine. I can't add the candies from the AI round. I wish I could. Candy cigarettes. These specifically would be nothing. These would be absolute, like, coral. These are nothing. We have no room for any of this. Hot tamales. Indeed. Hot tamales candy. I used to burn my mouth on these. Have you ever given yourself a chemical burn from candy? Because I have. And it was hot tamales. No, it's easier with sour candy, but I was never into sour candy. Here. Also kind of nothing. There. Push these up a bit. Giant 3-pound gummy worm. Rolos? Are we talking about Rolos on the stream? Rolos. I can't put fart cats on here, I'm so sorry. If only for the reason that I don't want to get the images out right now, because I would have to dig through a bunch of files. This is a Rolo. That'd be pretty cool. It's kind of in the gushers area of stuff with other stuff inside it. Let's put it here. It's not as cool looking. These are much cooler. There we go. Fizzy watermelon slices. You guys are going very fast, and which is good, but you might have to repeat yourselves. Don't be afraid to repeat yourselves. These are interesting. I think they'd be pretty. Would they revolutionize science? Unlikely, but like a little bit, probably, right? Put them here. And also, I'm putting these a little bit more over there. Changing my mind about these as we go on. What? What did Greg do? What crime did Greg commit? I don't know what it was, but he absolutely committed it for sure. Trying to scroll back. What about those wax? Someone said wax teeth a long time ago. I forgot to do those wax teeth. I don't know if I love or hate these. I think they're good for like a minute, and then they like lose the like sugar coating that's on them, and they're absolutely nothing. What would they do to the science though? That's the important question. Aesthetically, awesome. Like, fuck yeah. Revolutionize the field? Probably also. Maybe more than my hypothetical licorice wheel story. How's that? Let's do that. Okay. Choco nibbles? You can very easily get me to look at something if I've never heard of what it is. Choco nibbles? That sounds like a dog treat, except dogs can't have chocolate. Well, they can. They can have whatever. I don't like... That is a dog treat. That's a dog treat for humans. I don't like that. No siree. This goes in the shit corner. This goes down here. We keep finding a newer, less interesting one. Choward's mince? Is that something I can Google? And do we know where Choward is these days? Oh, yeah. That is something I can Google. I've always seen these around, but I've never touched them. They don't seem real. I always see them in like candy stores that have like a hip selection. Stuff you can't get elsewhere. How do we feel about these? Hipsies and tears. I'm so glad. That's what we go for. That's the ideal. Aesthetically, are they more or less interesting than Arrow? They're square. They're interesting in the scientific way. We'll put them here. We're running out of space in that little spot. Powdered milk bottles? Powdered milk bottles. What is that? What is that? What is that? Hello? They look pretty good. I don't know what I would make of these if you just handed them to me. Milk flavored? They sound good. Honestly, I can picture what these would be like. I am absolutely going to make a P.O. box so you guys can send me candies and shit. Please do. Or like at least like order them off Amazon for me. Where do these go? I feel like they're pretty aesthetically cool. They're like kind of pearl-like. And they revolutionize the field in the way that these like weirdly shaped things do. We'll put them here. We'll put them here. Maybe here? Maybe here. Kind of shuffle things around, but okay. I kind of like that. Fizzy milk bot. Do not say the words fizzy and milk next to each other. Do not. Do not. Fizzy milk candy. Is that a real thing? It's turning up a bunch of Japanese candies that are not milk flavored. A pilkweed gummy? Please stop saying words at me. Okay, this isn't anything. These are cool looking. I just kind of want these on the chart, really. Why is everything spawning way? Is it just like if I had copied in 20 images, they would have all appeared in a line? We'll put these here, but they're cooler. Cooler looking. Okay, fizzy bubblegum balls. I'm glad this is getting to you, because I feel like manic right now. Fizzy bubblegum bottle? Okay, we've got some similar... I feel like we have a place for these already. We'll put them, like, here. We're running out, like, here. Like there. Like there. They look cooler than the milk candies, but they don't do much. We need a third dimension. Opening up my... What's the third dimension? What's the third dimension? Interesting? Like, actually, I want to eat that? That's just how candy works. That's not like a... Well, I guess to us that's a facet of how gems work. We do eat them. We eat rocks on this channel, which I have a long-standing vendetta against people trying to get me to eat rocks. This is a thing that has happened before. I was part of something called the Rock Lickers Club, and I was the only member that was against licking rocks. That's not me. That's an actual thing that happened to me. Candies, huh? I'm back to not knowing what candies are. I ate grass and paper because my cousin dared me to, and you didn't even get anything for it. You gotta line up your fees up front, my friend. The club was a D&D group. Sports mixture? Is that a candy? What if I Google, like, weirdest candy? What do you think comes up if I Google weirdest candy? Weirdest candy. These aren't that weird. And I don't want to see pictures of people's tongues after chemical burns. I just don't. I regret this. Twin snakes? Fun dip. Let's do fun dip. Twin snakes I have to process. Is there a good image of fun dip out there? Not really. How's this? I always ended up eating the candy stick from Fun Dip. Could never save. I couldn't get into the powder. Okay. If you found that as a rock, the powder's pretty interesting. Is it revolutionary? I don't know. Not really. It's a powder. Not super revolutionary. Aesthetically, also not much. Huh. Where do we... Do you want to just slot it in this hole? Because it fits here? You know what? I'm moving this up. Because the more I look at this, the cooler... It's like honey. How's this? I think that's pretty good. Crazy dips. Look up crazy dips. You're not gonna believe this. Crazy dip. Oh. No! No! No, 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 no! 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 Why did they do that? I have like a vague memory. Children would be crazy for this. Getting to eat a foot. Oh my, okay. Fine. Fine. Okay. Pop rocks, that is a good one. I'm just gonna move on from crazy dips. I don't want to talk about sucking toes. I don't want to talk about the concept of finding a fully formed candy foot in a mine shaft. I don't. I'm not going to. We're not going there. And like, what is the visual metaphor of dipping it in powder? Like, is it like athlete's foot? Like, what is it, a fungus? What is that? I don't like this. What was it? Oh, pop rocks. Okay. Pop rocks. I'm erasing that from my mind. I know I have like memory issues, but I might want to leverage them to my advantage in this case. Pop rocks. We're not even spawning on the horizontal anymore. Okay. Pop rocks. Like here? I guess aesthetically they're kind of interesting, but like, I feel like that's also a thing that just happens in nature. Like, how did we... Pop rocks! Low-key. Feels like we already harvest it from nature. Like, that's a chemical reaction that we discovered and just have fun with, because that's... In my lore, I don't think it's revolutionary to the field of geology, because we already found pop rocks in the wild and have decided to consume them for their natural qualities. Sparkling water is natural, true, but that's a gas and not a chemical reaction to licking. But that is a thing that can happen. Like, how did we figure it out in the first place? And then we just put it on a candy rock. Like, that's... We could have put it on many other things. Imagine if bees made pop rocks instead of honey. What a concept. Okay, we're putting it there. That's where pop rocks go. I guess they're aesthetically pretty interesting. But also, like, not more than other gemstones. I'm swapping these. Because I hate that color so much. Chat, do these go above or below the line on aesthetically cool? I'll take those. Percy pigs. adorable. Veggie Percy? Veggie Percy? I have done a 180 on Percy, and I no longer think he's my friend. Let's scroll all the way down. Okay. Oops. Percy. Where does Percy go? That'd be pretty wild to find. You know what, Percy? You up here. We have this little section of like, this should not exist in nature. That's a man-made thing that, like, how do the rocks know? I'm pushing that over there, if only to see it better. Okay. Ooh, okay, we made it to 7 o'clock. We made it past 7 o'clock. There's technically another hour of the stream left. Yawn. Let's get nougat in there. That seems essential. Google, what? Is that my... Oh. Firefox just opened like 6 new windows. Is that what nougat looks like? I don't like that. I don't like that. That's not what... Huh. Okay. Coming around. Brain is processing. Do we want Christmas nougat? I don't think it's especially revolutionary, but it does look cool. Like, I feel like that's how we just find gemstones already, you know? Put this over here. This is gonna be a little revolutionary, because what if rocks came out of the wall already as cut gems, but otherwise, eh. Fitting things. Okay, okay. Marzipan fruits. I'm just gonna keep going until you guys slow down enough. Though I want to start doing short. Whoa! Oh, that's adorable. I am thinking about what if marzipan fruits came out of rock walls, though, and that's a bit wild. Huh. Here? Do those go here? No, I feel like it's less interesting that they look like fruits, because they're just like blobs. So like here, maybe? Let's put them here. They look good, though. Okay. Okay. I'll put you here. Here, here, here. I'll take a Jamie Dodger. I'll put that in there. Jamie Dodger. Some good French ones. Jamie Dodger. That'd be fun to find. Do Jamie Dodgers like classic? Yeah, they have the heart. I've had one of these. I feel like I feel like the heart formation isn't that strange, but it is nice. I'll put that there. Okay, okay, okay. The doctor does love his Jamie Dodgers. I also do, well... I don't remember what Jammy Dodger. I like similar things to Jammy Dodgers. I would take a Jammy Dodger as the doctor of Cable 2. Um, Salmon du Médoc. Médoc. Salmon du Médoc. Je suis parle en petit. Whoa! Ooh! I just processed what these are. Okay. 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 Let's see. Where do these go? I feel like this is another coral formation. It's not particularly exciting, like revolutionary. It does look cool though. Very cool. I think this is like this. Here. I'll put it here. How's that? Okay. It's got all French. The problem with my French, I took French for several years. I got okay at it. I was told my accent was very good. However, I learned Japanese in college and obliterated whatever French I had because my brain just like stored all my foreign language knowledge into a box labeled not English. So it takes actual effort to speak, even though French has the same word order as English, which is my native language. It takes actual effort to remember the word order of things in French, because in Japanese it is not the same, and I'm much better at Japanese than French. One time, also, so I studied abroad in Japan for a bit of a summer, and one of the students, one of the Japanese students from Japan going to the school we were going to was taking French, and his English was not as good as his Japanese. So I tried to communicate with him in Japanese, and he had a question about his French homework, so I tried to explain something about French in Japanese without going back to English at any point, and never in my life have I felt so untethered. It's a weird experience. Let me copy this real quick. I'm a big fan of the feeling of whatever your brain does when it's doing weird things. I also took Latin. I gave up French in high school because I had terrible social anxiety. So I took Latin because I was required to take a language, but in Latin class I wouldn't have to speak to anyone. A German candy, which I must emphasize is completely safe for Twitch, Super Dickmans. I'm gonna have a hard time trusting chat after the foot licking candy, but that's not your fault. Okay. What? I'm not getting a good enough photo of like what these are for. I'm not gonna add these to the chart. A, because I'm tired. B, I'm drained. B, I just can't get a good photo of what they are. Those are made of wood. That's not real. I know in Australia there's Golden Gay Time, which is like a ice cream bar. You don't need to go mod mode. The chat is fine. They just showed me a candy that is shaped like feet. And you suck on it. Okay. We might call it on stream. We can just hang out for a bit, but stream's about to end. I like what we've come up with. Do we have any... So, okay, here's something I've been trying to fix with happy lab accents. It depends on how seriously I want to take the conceit. We don't write much of our findings down, and we don't start with a clear hypothesis. Or question in the scientific method. However, this was more of a data analysis stream, so I guess it doesn't really apply here. But do we have any statistical findings? Do you want me to write up a laboratory? Please do, actually. If you have ideas for what that would be, I would love to see that. Tonics tea cakes. I have no idea what those are. Now it's just a stream about me learning about foreign candies. Tea cakes. What are... what? What's in these? What are these? Marshmallow. Oh, they're like Malamars. They're like Malamars. Malamar? That's a Pokemon. Malamar. There we go. This is a Malamar. Hold on, it has to render in the very bottom right of the void. Here's a Malamar. I don't even want to place this. We've got a lot going on here. It's okay. We'll put it... I guess it's like... It's pretty much the same as a Jaffa cake. Okay. What do we got? Anything in the shape of a living thing is revolutionary but average in aesthetics. That sounds about right. The truth here is what counts as candy and what doesn't. Yeah. This is a broad casting of sweets and confections. I want Doctor the Scientist to eat the crazy dips and talk French. I can't, dans le futur. Probablement. Je suis parle un peu de français. Demo watashi no nihongo wa nihongo no hou ga jouzu desu. Okay. I've actually broken my brain on this stream. I had too many thoughts in too short a span of time. Okay, I'll post this on the Discord. Let everyone know our findings. I'll clean it up a bit so that you can read the captions and stuff. And I'm legitimately thinking of opening a P.O. box so you guys can order me candies. And maybe we'll have a stream where I just try if you want a stream where I try a bunch of candies I've never seen before, you can send them to the P.O. box I'm planning on opening. That would be real fun. Thank you for coming to another episode of Happy Lab Accidents. You talk in Japanese and I'll try to translate it into French. 何をする方がいいですか？僕の日本語はちょっと下手です。 フランス語より上手です。でも、子供の時からフランス語を勉強しました。それなのに、フランス語話せないです。訳す、訳したら、ありがとうございます。あの、チャットは、チャットの皆さんは、僕の友達です。ありがとう。よろしくお願いします。OK. OK, OK. Toma, toma. Qu'est-ce que je dois faire? Mon japonais est assez mauvais. Meilleur que mon français, mais j'ai étudié le français depuis que j'étais petit. Pourtant, je parle pas vraiment français. Yeah, probably about the same. Oh my god, we have to have a Japanese telephone game. That would be a fun stream sometime. Um, uh, ok. Merci pour la traduction. Tout le monde dans le chat est mon ami. Dans le chat? Like cats? That's not. Everyone in the cat is my friend. Is that the same word in French? Is chat the same? I wouldn't know. I don't speak French. Okay, I won't stress you anymore. Greg can come in with the Spanish if he's got the Spanish to follow up. But if not, what was it? Okay, we're ending stream. Stream is over. We're ending stream. Sorry for peeking the mic. I'm gonna clean this up and post it to the Discord. Oh, I have finally formatted the I finally formatted a bunch of the Happy Lab Accidents experiment postcards. So very soon, there will be cards that you can buy in the Cable 2 shop of your favorite Happy Lab Accidents characters. They will be the episode version of characters. I know some people wanted me to render the characters further. I do plan on doing that, but that takes time. So those will be up later. I wouldn't hold your breath, but I do plan on doing that eventually. In the meantime, you can get the episode version for a slightly cheaper price. Those aren't up yet, but they will be sometime this week. And I'll make sure that I announce it in the Cable 2 Discord. And that's about it. Tomorrow is TGIS. Please join us for that. And it's good to be back on stream. I think I've already done a stream since my surgery, but I'm back again. And then I took 2 off because I was busy or not feeling well. But I'm back again. I was realizing how comfortable stream is. I could kind of just hop on here and hang out with you guys, and it's very comfortable, and I appreciate it. Bearing my scientific and artistic soul to you guys. So thanks for being cool so far, and thank you for help with the science today. I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys next time. Talk to you later.